Whitey.
So we have our first of the three X-Men movies for the 90th anniversary for 20th Century Studios. With this case, X-Men Apocalypse, which is honestly a movie that holds a kind of a special place in my heart because this and Rogue One are two 2016 movies that I was very looking forward to, but I fortunately never got the chance to go watch them in the theaters, which made me quite sad, especially Apocalypse. I was very looking forward to it, but then it left theaters. And I actually cried when it happened when I heard about that because I wanted to see that a lot, so I really wanted to see it. But luckily I got the DVD on Christmas Day and I watched it. And when I first watched it, I loved it. I thought it was very awesome. I loved it a lot. I watched it a few times, and so in later years, well, I think the most recent time was like 2019 or 2020, early 2020 before like the pandemic. No, I think it was 2019. But today I watched it. Right, I came back to watch it today for the anniversary of 20th Century Studios. And I gotta say, I still enjoy the movie, but the movie has a lot of issues. But let's start off with the positives, of course, because that's a better one. First off, there's some good acting in this. Of course, James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, and Sophie Turner and Ty Sheridan, if I'm pronouncing his name right or wrong, do a decent job as the young Jean Grey and Cyclops, and I thought the young Nightcrawler was good, was really good in the movie. I really liked him a lot, and Storm was fine. Honestly, I thought she was okay. I do like her development where she was a thief, but then Apocalypse got control of her and made her stronger and serve under his command his until his control of her broke and later joined the X-Men. So I thought that was, and she was cool for, and Quicksilver is honestly still a lot of fun. I really enjoyed him in this movie. Of course, the Sweet Dreams sequence was epic. It's similar to the one he did in the kitchen in Days of Future Past, but it's still a memorable scene in this movie. I love that scene a lot. It's probably uh this is my, like, I think that scene and the Wolverine cameo are my favorite parts of the movie. Like, the Wolverine cameo was epic to see because it's not just a little cameo that like, woo, Wolverine, yeah! Because it kind of serves a purpose in the movie because he kills the guards, which made it easier for the X-Men to escape Stryker's facility, and later got the suits, which I'll talk about that in a second. And I thought Magneto's character development was very good in the film, where he wanted to live a life, but he couldn't because of the death of his family, and also Apocalypse wanted him to be part of his four horsemen, and he still has, and he kind of, and he also kidnaps Charles for Apocalypse. But then later, after a conversation with Mystique and Quicksilver, he redeems himself and joins alongside the X-Men. And this costume does look really neat. It's almost similar to Days of Future Past, but I still think it's very awesome. And it's honestly the best costume in the movie. And maybe Angel as well, honestly. Um, and there are of course some great scenes throughout the film, like the beginning with Angel versus Nightcrawler, uh, and mainly of course of course Wolverine. The Wolverine cameo was very neat, and him killing the guards was a very kind of bloody but also a fun scene. And of course, the big climax of the movie is very fun as well, especially Apocalypse versus Charles Xavier. That was a very neat fight scene. Um, and also, it also kind of teases Dark Phoenix as well with the old Phoenix power and Jean unleash your power thing. And I also like how they got their classic costumes at the very end of the movie, where Cyclops finally gets his costume from the comics, and Mystique sort of has one that's similar to it, and Nightcrawler gets one too, which is really neat. And Quicksilver's outfit at the end looks cool, and same goes with Storm. Beast and Jean Grey's costume look generic, honestly, which would have been better, but still. Um, and of course, the main theme of the theme song of the movie is very awesome to listen to as well. Um, but I guess we're moving on to the negatives. First off, there's some continuity error where it's supposed to be set in 1983, but Charles, Magneto, Beast, Quicksilver, and Mystique and Agent Metagore look the exact same, and they don't look older. I mean, I know that McAvoy and the other actors are not aging a lot because they came out like 2 years after Days of Future Past, but in terms of continuity, it feels strange how they have not aged. Honestly, it feels strange. Um, and And also, I feel like this is another timeline because it wouldn't make sense for Nightcrawler to be here. Because otherwise, if this was set in the same timeline as the other movies, they would have immediately recognized Nightcrawler in X2, honestly. And it feels like it is, and it's very clear that Lawrence hates on that makeup because she's barely in that makeup. Honestly, she appears, she has that makeup for a few scenes, but immediately takes it off. Though mainly in the climax, she gets most screen time, a lot more screen time with the makeup, but still. And I don't think she cares about. I don't think she want. And I really don't think Lawrence wants to be in the movie. Honestly, she didn't want to be there and only did it for a because she was obligated to do so, and Fox wanted more of her because I guess they saw how big of a star she was becoming, honestly. But I love Lawrence, but she is not the best actress in this film, honestly. She wasn't. It's not her fault, but still, honestly. And Hall doesn't have a lot of screen time with the makeup, but it doesn't bother me. I mean, he didn't get all the makeup on in Days of Future Past as well. Although a lot of times he did for the most part. And I feel, and I'm not, again with the costumes. I got an issue with like the suits that the X-Men wore at the climax. They just look generic. Like I get it that they went the black leather route in the first X-Men. I mean, they will not work it in that time, but I mean they could have. But I get what they are doing. That I mean they were capitalizing on Blade and Matrix, though technically it was technically because Bryan Singer didn't like them, but still. And it didn't bother me that they had the classic suits. I mean, we're gonna get Doomsday is gonna probably gonna give them classic suits. I mean, we saw them doing that with Deadpool and Wolverine with Wolverine, so I wouldn't be surprised to do that. But they just look generic. They're just black war suits. That's what they said, and they just look boring. And especially in an era where comic book movies are not afraid of having their classic outfit, like their costumes from the comics, and modernizing them. Honestly, like I'm glad that Psylocke has her outfit, though. Honestly, it does look a little silly. Honestly, it does look a little goofy. Honestly, for a movie like this, and Apocalypse is probably my least favorite villain in the franchise. Honestly, he is very generic, boring, and Oscar Isaac is fine in the movie, and the makeup does look okay, but the portrayal of the character is not the way it should have been written, and he was mainly a bland villain in the film. Honestly, I didn't care for him that much. I didn't feel threatened by him, honestly, even when he shows his powers. Honestly, to the characters that he kills, he's just not that exciting enough compared to how he is in the animated series, honestly. Because he was a big threat in that animated series, honestly. Um, and, but so yeah, Apocalypse, not the way I wanted him to be portrayed, honestly. And I thought Archangel was kind of underutilized in this. Like, I don't know, like, I thought like X3 underutilized him, and they kind of do it in Apocalypse too. Like they made a joke about Return of the Jedi being like the worst because the third one, obviously being a meta joke to X-Men 3, like Stan, but they still does stuff that was in X-Men 3, and Archangel being underutilized is one of those things. I was like saw it being evil, and the Phoenix tease also. And the destruction of the city as well, and the bridge. Um, but overall, I did enjoy Apocalypse for what it was. Honestly, I didn't love it, but I used to, but I still enjoy it. I could watch it anytime if I want to. Honestly, um, so what are you guys' thoughts on X-Men Apocalypse? Let me know in the comments below, and I hope you have a great day, and stay tuned for more 20th Century Studios reviews, and peace out. Bye.